El Mariel dejó el paisaje, las estrellas y la luna. El Mariel dejó el paisaje, las estrellas y la luna. Un llanto fijo en su cuna, el palmar y su follaje. La pesadilla de un viaje, quizás de nunca volver. La Habana, el amanecer, las huellas de un viejo morro y las angustias que a chorro lo hicieron palidecer.
It was April 1980 when the boats began coming from Cuba. Day and night, good weather and bad, across the Straits of Florida to Key West. These were the people who'd attracted world attention. They'd crowded into the Peruvian embassy in Havana, seeking to leave the island. Suddenly, unexpectedly, Fidel Castro opened the port of Mariel and the gateway to the United States.
For Fidel Castro, it was tantamount to an act of genocide.
Quien no tenga genes revolucionarios, quien no tenga sangre revolucionaria, quien no tenga una mente que se adapte a la idea de una revolución, quien no tenga un corazón que se adapte al esfuerzo y al heroísmo de una revolución, no los queremos, no los necesitamos.
Nine-page article inside focused primarily on Miami as the troubled center of drugs, crime, and refugees.
1981 will go down as another record year for killings around greater Miami.
I think we're probably going to see in excess of 600 homicides by the end of the year.
As South Florida's drug trade prospers, Dade's homicide rate will continue to climb.
Shots are fired, people are killed, and much of the time the killers are people who came over from Cuba in the boat lift of 1980.
There have been so many murders throughout greater Miami lately that a special refrigerated truck is now being used by the Dade Medical Examiner's office to store all the bodies.
They were petty criminals, you know, basically. And for them, this was...
My mom also made the journey to the Magic City. She traveled coincidentally on her 9th birthday, September 17, 1980. She traveled the full 90 miles from Port Mariel to Miami, Florida. 9 years later is when I arrived, September 17, 1989. You may be wondering, was that the same day that she came? Yes, it is. Exactly 9 years later, I was born. I was born and raised in Miami-Dade County. Life was rough for me growing up, and for my parents. My mother had nothing, my father had nothing. Their families had nothing. We come from a very lower class family. They worked in the flea market selling kids' clothes that my father manufactured since he was 16. I was born into the business. Sometimes I didn't even have a house to go home to. I'll come home from school, my dad will pick me up, and that'll be my house, the car that he'll pick me up in. Life was rough, but my parents never let up. Eventually, I moved out of the hood and into a decent neighborhood. Life got better, and I never lost that hustler's ambition that I gathered. The struggle that I went through have taught me so much in life that I could never let myself get back into that situation that my parents were once in. And that's one of the reasons why I'm in college. My father's favorite sport was football, and from day one that I could walk, I was playing it. I began real football at the age of 5, and I've never gone a single year without it to this day. If it wasn't for football and for my parents, I wouldn't be in the place that I am now. Living in Miami, I always looked up to one team and one team only, and I always dreamed about playing for that team. And that team is the Miami Hurricanes.
We ballin', boy!
Cubans have a lot of pride, especially a lot of pride for their country. They represent everywhere they go, whether it's with a flag on the back of their car or it's wearing a jersey as a flag. They love their country and they love where they come from. And they also love the city they live in. So with that said, I would like to thank Fidel Castro, President Carter, for letting the Mariel to occur. Without it, I wouldn't be here right now. My family wouldn't be here right now. And I wouldn't be doing the things that I'm doing. So I would like to thank them. And with that said, Viva Cuba.
DJ